My husband confessed to an affair, then kept seeing her anyway.
Oh, well, I guess you don't care.
My husband disclosed that he has been having an affair with a coworker for the last several months. This was a complete surprise. We just celebrated our 20-year wedding anniversary and have 3 children, 18 male, 15 non-binary, and 11 male. To say that I was blindsided would be an understatement. By the way, this comes from user Voracious Badger. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
And I'm Savannah.
And we're here to give good advice, goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know the things that we know, so let us know all the things that you know that you've ever known down in the comments. And OP says, he has been acting like a knucklehead at home for a while now. He's kind of like Jekyll and Hyde, where we never know which version we are going to get at what time, and the timing checks out. I got to sit down and talk to him a couple days later to get the rest of the story, and this has been going on since August. They've told each other that they love each other. It's business as usual at work since no one there knows. So here I am with a child about to graduate and navigating things alone for the first time ever. I feel like I haven't had time to break down because I have to manage everything at home. He has had to move back in with his parents. He and the affair partner coworker, who is also married with a young child, have been sneaking around at work. One day a week, they work together out of town, and that is where the physical stuff happened. They work in a professional office that provides mental health services. We live in a small town, and while I'm not broadcasting his indiscretions to the world, I'm not telling people what he did. Why should I lie when he's the one who betrayed all of us? Yeah, girl, air that dirty laundry. Why not? Nothing could ever go wrong, except maybe your kids hearing about it from their friends. I'm also not telling my kids that they have to keep quiet. They can share as they deem comfortable. So the big question is, do I tell his workplace what's been going on? I've been going back and forth about doing this. I definitely don't want him to get fired because I know I'm going to need his income to get by. But on the flip side, I don't know that he is really feeling the weight of his choices. Not to mention, it would reflect very poorly on the company if it got out in other ways. And yes, I'm still angry about all this, and I know I shouldn't let this guide my decision. I'm opening to answering questions and discussion here. This is completely new territory for me, and there are some comments. And that would be my number one thought would, yeah, if you get him fired from his job, how's he going to pay? How's he going to send the checks?
That's true.
Comment 1, you should be angry. He was mistreating you by taking the effort, time, and affection from you to lavish it on someone else. Of course you're angry. Your actions depend on what you want to do. Are you divorcing? Are you considering reconciling? Are you thinking about separating? One thing you should absolutely do is tell the affair partner's husband. He deserves to know just like you did. Also, get a STD test. And OP replies, we are now separated, and I did tell affair partner's wife. Yes, wife.
Oh, wow. So this is a... Whoa. I feel like that adds way more meaning to it.
Breaking up 2 ladies in love? They did have the unprotected spicy sleep, so I think I will get tested. And another reply to OP here says, okay then, you have to have a lawyer. I know it can be costly, but even a low to mid-level lawyer is far better than no lawyer. He'll know how to file and what the pitfalls are and your specific state laws, and can save you a lot of headache. Do it quick while he's on the affair high. He's going to be more willing to give you what you want to be quickly done with the situation. I'm glad you told the wife. That at least is a measure of control. I understand your anger here, but it's beneficial to you to not go full scorched earth until the divorce is done. Your husband is in what's called an affair fog. It always clears and they come running back because the fantasy of the person they have escapades with and their real life version never match up. Keep your boundaries and do not call off the divorce if he begs and pleads, because divorce is a long process as it is, and starting it all over again won't be to your benefit. You sound very clear-headed and determined. It's a breath of fresh air in these subs where most people pathetically insist on clinging to a failed relationship and doing the pick-me dance. I'm sorry you were blindsided, but the separation will give you peace and clarity. I'm also glad you told the kids they're old enough to understand, and they should be approached with honesty. And OP replies, thank you for your advice. This all makes so much sense. I have to stay clear-headed for my kiddos and my job as a teacher. Comment 2 says, speak with a lawyer first. If he loses his job, it may cost you spousal and child support. If your lawyer is okay, then give him a choice. He reports himself to HR or management, or you will. Let him feel the consequences of his actions. He gets 1 day to do this. If not told already, OBS needs to know. Depending on how they reported business expenses, there also could be fraud involved. You may think the office doesn't know, but my guess is that they have figured it out. Sorry, OP, this is horrible news for you to find out. And OP replies, I have got some lawyer recommendations, but the thought of the cost scares the heck out of me. Comment 3 says, did he confess on his own? Like, is he remorseful in having guilt, or did you find out and he confessed? Did he want to leave, or did you make him leave? Is he wanting to be with you? I'm just trying to understand more about his actions since divorce day as well. If he left for her and he's continuing on, I would let his work know. Even if you don't tell his work, please, please, please tell her husband, which we already know is a wife and has been told. It's a woman. It's a woman. OP says he did confess on his own. I think the guilt got to him, or the fear of being caught did, since the affair partner's wife was noticing something was up. I did tell her. I'm not sure if the affair partner and wife are trying to work on things. The other wife hasn't shared much. I think he would have stuck around if I would have let him, but once I realized their affair went love deep, I told him to leave. From what I can figure out, he does not want to be with me at all. He has checked out, and there is an update.
God, I mean, that's horrid that he just literally has done this for, what did it say, like 10 months or something?
It was, yeah, when he started his Jekyll and Hyde behavior.
Yeah.
Is when it started. Let me see. It was.
It just sucks that, like,
for several months. Yeah.
Yeah. So for several months he had been doing this and, going behind everyone's back and doing all this, horrible stuff. And just to, like, not even give, like, a reason, like, not even like, oh, we fell out of love, or oh, we had been fighting a lot, or oh, we had, like, I feel like there hasn't been a reason. And that's, like, for me, that would be the worst part. But also getting a reason and not believing it is also, like, I don't believe anyone.
Yeah, honestly, I think at this point, like, having a reason is good for, like, closure, but it's like, it's not your fault.
Yeah, you didn't do anything.
This guy just was a snake in the grass. Snaked you.
Ooh.
And there's an update. It has been 3 weeks since the day. So far, I've got a ton of support. I've been out with great friends. I've got therapy that's set up for myself. My youngest has started with his therapist. Middle kid is continuing with theirs. I have an appointment set up with a lawyer in May. I am an emotional eater, but I'm just not hungry. It feels like I have a lead balloon in my stomach most days, and the restless energy is real. There are times where I just can't sit still and find myself cleaning or organizing things. It feels like nesting. My husband and I had a conversation again last weekend. Somehow, he was under the impression for his affair partner that I wanted to work on things. How that was reached, I have no idea. I told him that I am in no place to work on things. After his disclosures in our earlier big conversation, he has established a pattern of cheating behavior, and I do not want to work on a relationship where he's been seeking out affair opportunities for years.
Oh, yikes. So this isn't just one time. This is just the one time he's been caught.
It's the one time he's succeeded, at the very least. I also found out somewhat covertly that he and the affair partner are still talking, and that the affair partner wants to continue even though she's told her wife that she's willing to work on things. What a little bag. So I blew things up again and told the affair partner's wife again. I know it blew up because my husband was with our oldest at the time, and my oldest told me about what happened, with phone calls coming from the affair partner, the husband distressed, etc. The next morning, I received a text from him giving me his affair partner's phone number and essentially asking me to talk to her if I have something to say or have questions, and asking me to stay out of their relationship.
That is so counterintuitive of being like, stay out of our relationship. Here's her number.
Well, it's just like the passive aggressive, like, well, if you want to be involved, like, you can talk to her directly. It's
yeah.
Like, yeah, no, I have nothing to say to her. Hi, you're cheating. cheating on your partner and cheating with my husband, I have nothing to say to you. Only thing I want to say is tell your wife. I'm going to tell your wife. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to go to your wife and say, I'm going to work on things, and then go back to my freaking ex-husband and say, yeah, no, we're going to keep going. It's like, yeah, I'm going to tell your wife again. Are you serious?
It just seems like it's going to be like just the cycle of like going back and forth and being like oblivious to everything going on.
Just the attitude of not entitlement, but like
Ego.
like being like, yeah, how dare you?
Yeah.
But acting in any way like OP is the one who's like overstepping.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I stewed about this and got pissed off enough to respond. So I responded to both my ex-husband and his affair partner. Quote, let me get something straight. I do not owe either of you anything. And I did not deserve to be lied to or cheated on either. Those were choices you both made. Your lies have caught up to you, which is not my fault. What I do believe is that your wife and I deserve the truth now, especially as we're making decisions about our futures. You do not get to control the situation any longer. You lost that right when you broke your wedding vows. You are both fortunate that your workplace hasn't found out, but chances are that they will. Dishonest therapists who can't get their own lives together are not a good look for a company. Oh, they're therapists?
Yikes! That just adds so much more.
Oh, no. The affair partner replied, I'm asking you to please leave my wife alone. Thank you. And I replied, I reached out because she deserves the entire truth. And if she tells me she doesn't want to communicate or know anything else, then that's her choice and I'll respect it. But like I said, I owe you nothing. I'm not sure of the fallout from there, but it feels good to stand up for myself. In my last post, I asked for advice about whether or not to tell their work. And I haven't, but man, I still want to. And you should talk to a lawyer and see what they think you should do about that, honestly. It sounds like they're still sneaking around at work in their little fantasy land. I want him to hurt like I do. I don't think rock bottom has happened for him, which just fuels my anger. And I want to go into full-on detective mode and find out as much as I can, like a crazy obsesso. In other news, the kids and I spent this weekend with my brother-in-law, my ex-husband's brother, and his family. The ex-husband was not invited. His brother is beyond mad at him. Ex-husband did offer to help with the pets back at the house, so he stayed at the house while we visited his family. I made sure to make a public Facebook post about how much fun we had at a sporting event last night. Thank you all for being another support group for me. I ordered the Leave a Cheater, Gain a Life book, and I'm realizing how truly selfish my husband was. I'm trying to find some balance, but it's hard. My mother will come visit next weekend and stay for several weeks, which I'm excited about. And there's another update 5 weeks later.
I mean, it's so weird that there's just so many layers to this that like we just were like, oh, it's just an affair, like whatever. Not saying that that's like, not like, oh, whatever, but like it was just the affair. But then it was affair where with a straight couple and a not straight couple, and then also he has done this before, and also now the affair partner and him and the wife are all in a group message together. It's like this is like spun out of control, I feel. And she still has yet to tell the work. But I understand, and also I understand that she wants, him to hurt and everything like that, but people like that don't hurt the way that a normal person hurts because they don't understand.
He would already be hurting from how bad he felt about it, but clearly he doesn't feel bad enough to even end the relationship or stop his affair partner from cheating on her partner.
Yeah.
Which again is crazy that they told you to stop talking to her when it's like, your wife that you're cheating on can let me know if she doesn't want me to communicate with her.
Right? It's just crazy.
Insanity. Update number 2. First off, really appreciate the support I'm receiving here. I'm now just over 5 weeks post divorce day, and I've made it through our son's graduation party, and the graduation ceremony will be next week. The good news is that I'm working it, so I don't have to sit anywhere near my ex-husband. Last week, he sent me a text that he's met with an attorney and wants to have parenting time with the kids. I replied that the older two have cell phones and he's free to contact them. And I told him he can talk to the youngest on my phone. He's tried to reach out and sent the 16-year-old the following message. Hi, I want to say that I'm really sorry for hurting you and hurting mom. What I did is wrong and terrible. Should add a little parentheses, but I'm not going to stop. I sincerely wish I would have done things differently, even if it meant your mom and I splitting eventually. I love you very much, and I want to rebuild your trust in me. I'm working on being a better person, which means being honest about my feelings. I love you, and I am proud of you. I'm serious about making things right with you. I would like to come to therapy with you and talk about things when you're ready. Okay, so this apology is rubbing me the wrong way. Maybe it's because it's more than he's apologized to me. Maybe it's because it feels like he's trying to justify his poor behavior to our 16-year-old. I'm not sure. What are your thoughts? Yeah, first of all, yeah, that's, I'd be angry. It's like you apologize more to him than me. Hi, I'm the wife you cheated on. Second of all, it's like, I don't think that it really does feel like you're being like, we'll go to therapy and you'll learn I'm not actually that bad.
Yeah, it seems like he's trying to backpedal and be like, I know that what I did was horrible, but like, I'm repenting now. And like, you shouldn't be that mad at me because I'm just trying to work on myself.
Right.
It's like, no, you're a terrible person and you're still choosing to be terrible. So no matter how you spin it, you are what you did.
Yeah, it was like too many words. It should have been less than multiple paragraphs.
It should have been like, hey, I'm sorry that you feel this way about my actions. And like, I don't know how your mom feels. I know she's mad, but you know, I'll come to therapy with you and you'll see. You'll see the truth.
Yeah, real apology would be like, I really messed up. I know that you're really upset with me and I'm sorry. And
Also, it would be in person, not over a text.
yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm still effing mad. I haven't told his workplace, and I'm hoping karma does its job sooner rather than later. We have a third update. Just get right into it. I am full of emotions and anxiety. Tomorrow, I meet with my attorney for the first time. I'm nervous about it, and I hope that I have all of my information together correctly. I also went around the house tonight and took down pictures of my former husband. It felt good. I hope he notices that things are changing around here, and I hope he realizes that it's his fault. My anger is bubbling up and feeling fresh right now. I've got to figure out bank account stuff soon. If anyone has any advice on how to do this, please send it my way. I took a melatonin to shut down my brain and help me sleep. Please send all your good vibes. And there's a fourth update. I don't really have any advice for the banking stuff, but I'm sure your lawyer will be able to give you the advice for that.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gone through it.
Update 4, 6 weeks later. Thanks to those who have been following my story. I went to meet with my attorney this week, and it was not good news. It turns out that the way our state does things, no fault, means that assets get split 50-50 regardless of circumstances. Folks, he could get half of my retirement. He also wants 50-50 custody of the kids. The kids don't want that, and neither do I. Well, good news is that if the kids don't want that, that plays a big factor in the decision. So here I am in a situation I didn't create and I never wanted to be in, and I might lose things I worked hard for and not get extra support. I feel like I am the loser here, and I'm still so effing mad. Any advice or support is appreciated. 5th update.
How many updates are there?
Yeah, my advice would be don't get married anywhere where it's no fault 50-50. That's insane to me.
Yeah. It could be like literally anything. And it's like, well, we don't judge. It's just split down the middle, guys. Sorry. It's like, my life is ruined because of his choices.
Yeah.
But I still have to like split everything evenly for his action of ruining my life?
Yes, he cheated on you with 8 people and sent your dog to Nova Scotia and also burned all of your belongings. Well, we can get him for the property damage, but he is going to get half of your retirement.
Like, that's crazy. Why is that even a law?
7 weeks post D-Day, and today he wanted to talk lawyer stuff. I'm pretty sure he's mad because I filed before he did. Background, 7 weeks ago, he told me he was having an affair with a coworker. We had just celebrated 20 years of marriage and have 3 kids, 18, 16, and 11. I did some investigating and found out that this affair ran deep and that this wasn't the first time, and asked him politely to leave, which he did. Communication between us has been minimal. I did some investigating, and the affair continues. He's living in fantasy land, and karma needs to speed things up. Back to tonight. I think he was shocked to receive the dissolution so quickly, but I'm motivated to get him out of my life. He was not happy that I asked for primary custody. He wants the kids 50-50, and I unleashed on him. He's living at home with his father and stepmother, and he has no right to pull the kids away from their home and spaces, especially since this is a result of his choices and the mess that he made. He didn't just betray me, he betrayed all of us and changed their lives forever. What I said after that is a blur, but I remember telling him that it's selfish and that there's nothing wrong with me. He's the one with the issues. He left with his tail between his legs, and I helped him take more of his clothes that I packed out to his car. This is the first time that I've let the anger out. It felt gratifying, but draining. The emotional explosion was something else. There's a part of me that wonders if I overdid it, but I think back to my evidence, and it gives me strength. I have no idea what will happen next, but I know that I will keep fighting for myself and my kids. We have a 6th update.
We're never going to get to the end of this.
We're getting to the end. We're coming up on the end. Dang, the judge has given us 50-50 temporary custody of our youngest 2 children, 11 and 16. Ex-husband is living with his father and stepmother while I keep the family home. They live out in the country and have a spare room with 2 twin beds in it, which is not ideal when one child is a 16-year-old girl. The kids know what's going on and why he left, he told them, and they are angry and upset. They don't want to see him, and I can't blame them one bit. He betrayed all of us. Well, how did a judge give him 50-50 custody when the kids themselves are like, I don't want this?
It just is probably like the law right now, as they like, well, because it also said temporary, so I think like it's just like they can't do all of the paperwork right now.
So he's like giving him I'll give you a chance to fix things with your family, even though they hate you.
Yeah.
And want nothing to do with you, and all of this is your fault. As a judge who also cheated on his partner. I feel like I'm the one constantly getting screwed over in this situation that I did not create. And it's not just me this time, it's the kids who will be negatively affected. This is literally not in the best interest of the kids, and I am heartbroken for them. Why does he feel entitled to them? I know, because freaking ex-husbands who cheat on you are selfish, broken people. And there's a 7th update. 6 months post D-Day. Doing okay. I had a bit of a snafu almost 2 months ago. A fellow infidelity survivor, who's a friend of mine, we started falling for each other pretty hard. It turned out disastrous. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking. His ex, they were separated for almost a year, had a total meltdown when she found out, and that put an end to that. Honestly, he has so much healing to do. We've put boundaries in place until he's doing better and is further along with his divorce. In the 7 weeks since all of that craziness, I feel like I'm hitting my stride. I've been journaling, working out regularly, losing weight, seeing my therapist, having fun with friends. I joined a choir. I'm enjoying my kids and pretty much loving life. Enough so that people are noticing, which is a wonderful feeling. I even got my first tattoo. You sinner.
Ooh, she's going all out.
You're going off the walls crazy. I saw my lawyer yesterday and we went through X's discovery, and it turns out that there was a hotel room paid for with our credit card, a fertility appointment, which I'm guessing was to make sure his swimmers weren't swimming for the affair partner, and years of secret OF charges. Good grief. But by the way, it's no secret that you can listen to full episodes of stories like this on your favorite podcast platforms like iHeartRadio, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. All you need to do is search OK Storytime wherever you listen to podcasts. And we have a little bit left of this story. I love where we're at. We're thriving. We're 30, flirty, and thriving. And our husband, who is no longer our husband. Thank God.
Yeah, I feel like you are doing the work, and all of this sucks. And it's, but the only thing you can do is work on yourself. And I feel like, OP, that's what you've been doing. And now you're making it. You're back to, being okay with life and figuring it out and just taking it day by day. And it's so nice that people notice it, because now it's like, okay, so I do feel, validated in that way. So good for you, OP. Keep it up.
Very well done. Well done. I have no lingering feelings for that loser. My middle child, 16, is really struggling with the custody arrangement right now. I'm hoping with the next steps of the divorce that they will be given a say in where they would like to live rather than the 50-50 we're doing now. Finances continue to be a concern for me. I'm currently looking for a second job or something I can do to supplement my income. If anyone has ideas, send them my way. So here's to the next chapter of my life and to moving forward. Right now, I'm riding the wave and taking care of myself. And it does get better. And that is the end of that story. Nice.
Oh, I like how it ended.
A nice uplifting ending. We love that.
Yeah.
We love to see that.
My ex-husband chose his affair over our family. Then karma hit hard.
Karma has got big old boxing gloves.
As I'm in a healing era and think about all the complete BS I lived through with my ex to get here, I am genuinely curious to hear the amazing karma stories your cheaters and affair partners have gotten to be a part of. By the way, this comes from Northern Superbloom, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
And I'm Dakota.
And we are here to give some good advice goofily. But we don't have all the answers. We would only know what we would do in this situation, but we would love to know what you would do in the comments. As OP says, my ex cheated for years, impregnated affair partner, when we had a newborn. She is married as well. Yikes.
I just never liked the use of the word impregnated.
Yeah, it just sounds really nasty. Now they're playing the sneaky game, but no one cares anymore. My ex wanted the younger version of his mom and got it. Oh, what? No. Joke's on him. His mom has pretty much given up on him and his grandkids and is selfish to her core. I am having fun seeing this unfold. Update already.
Lock in.
It's been 4 months since I served papers and moved 8 hours away from my soon-to-be ex. I try and give grace for the sake of my kids as he comes and sees them once a month or so. He is here currently to take our older kid from him for 2 weeks. Can't handle both, so he is leaving the little one with me. I'm secretly thankful because I would not be okay with both of them leaving. He is still delusional about his affair, his ongoing relationship with the affair partner, the potential of her baby being his, and that he ruined 2 whole families with his affair. I mean...
Yeah, and he's just walking around like, everything's coming up roses for me.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, I don't know, just have a second to think of the outcome. Like, think before you do.
I don't care. Everything's great. My new affair partner is pregnant. Could be mine. Well, who knows? Everything's awesome.
I also may have ruined 2 whole families.
No, I didn't. Moving on.
He comes at me with they don't have to grow up in a broken home. And I am in disbelief. He made plans to see her daily. He told her he loved her baby so much as we had 2 little ones. He brought her into our home to have spicy sleep on our couch our kids used to watch cartoons on. Ow, no! Ew. Not the cartoon couch. Please. He lied and cheated and trampled me as a human, but it made me grow stronger and better, and I made the hard decision and left. Now he thinks I owe him something and that I play games. I'm cordial, friendly enough around the kids, and have never caused drama outside of serving them both papers and leaving so they can live their fantasy. How do I protect myself from a self-absorbed person on this level? I'm fine emotionally and mentally, rallied for the most part, but when he comes at me with that anger in his eyes and the "you're at fault" BS, I get so mad and I want to explain the torture he put this family through again, but I know it is not needed and it's his power play. I am genuinely positive about my future and finding, or not, the right person for me and thriving with my kids. And there are some comments.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't even entertain him. He wants to get all mad and tell you it's your fault. I would just not even respond.
Yeah. I'd be like,
I would just pull out the recorder and I would just record what he's saying.
Yeah.
Be like, the judge can hear this. This is great.
I'd be like, right, I cheated. Right, it was me. Oh, yeah, I ruined the family. Oh, yeah, I'm the one who brought someone into our home. Oh, yeah, it was me. Oh, wait, actually, it's you! Comments. By having an ironclad custody agreement and divorce that favors you. Being there are questions about his wandering wee wee. It is essential that a parenting plan and money associated with that is drawn up with the law in your land. If Cheater Pants, in fact, has another child, you can be clear that the side piece will want some funds to raise that responsibility. You make sure you are front and center legally when that situation self destructs. You do realize that situation is a ticking time bomb, right? And you keep in my mind anytime your ex partner is moving his mouth that he is lying. Add to your list to involve your children in age appropriate discussions about what has happened and an option for therapy for them as well. This is the collateral damage that cheaters do not even glance at as they skip off into the sunset to pursue their next victim. There are two avenues here: your personal mental health and the principle of parallel parenting. One is the short game, the other is the long game. For now, your future partnerships, dating, and future friendships will have to take a back seat as you have just walked out of a catastrophic burning building with smoky clothes and open wounds. You seek out a new direction on your own, new environment, new habits, new you. And you get professional help with that. Dedicated therapy that deals with trauma and dealing with individuals who have personality disorders. There is a second update.
This is a guy. There's good advice from that comment.
Yeah. Now you know what to do. Legally. Update number 2. I'm about 6.5 months out from serving papers to my soon-to-be ex and his affair partner. I moved states with my kids. I have a full-time job. Am in great shape mentally, getting there physically too, with the pep in my step now. And for the most part, I feel content and happy, especially after 10 years with someone who lied and cheated for years during that time. It's refreshing not to be constantly paranoid or hypervigilant and just to be able to live my own life. I'm nearing 40, I've got 2 little kids, and I'm their sole custody and childcare provider. With an odd 4 to 6 weeks, their dad has the chance to get them. I'd love to start thinking about dating, but just the thought itself feels absolutely mental to me. I haven't been in the dating game in over 10 years. The idea of getting to know someone again, letting them know me, feeling comfortable with that, and now having kids in the mix, it just gets so discouraging. Honestly, it's exhausting to even think about, never mind actually dating. So I'd love to hear some hopeful stories, messages, or thoughts around dating as a single parent, especially after going through major infidelity and all that healing that comes with it. I do absolutely agree with healing first before dating anyone. But my fear is that even when I feel fully ready, the thought of it being so exhausting will hold me back. And there's a third update.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Time.
Yeah, time
That
heals.
would be my time.
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 Time heals things.
That's the saying.
Exactly
That's
that.
exactly the saying. Time heals things.
Boom. Update number 3. I served papers in February, almost 7 months ago to date. I moved states with my kids, started a new full-time job, and started healing from the 10 years of self-absorbed behavior I was shown. I'm from Europe. All my safety network is still there, and my only reason living here was because of my soon-to-be ex. I have 2 little kids now that keep me here, and honestly, not an issue. I do feel lonely in the daily chaos and decisions that need to be made, but it beats what I went through to be with someone. So what I realized as I look back on the past years and months, I found out about the cheating the first go around in 2022. I was hit very, very hard by it. I worked so dang hard to stay and fight for our family. I grew stronger and matured in ways I never thought possible. It was the hardest year of my life trying to get through the shock and anxiety attacks. I saw red flags and inappropriate exchanges for years after and always promised myself I'd get smarter. Not just stronger and not confront him. But each time I thought honesty must be somewhere in his system and he'd come clean or at least explain himself. Never happened. But this January, something deep in me clicked. I saw an exchange, got smart, played it cool, saddled up a lawyer, got a PI, and went to work for weeks, getting shocking things from my team as I played it cool and envisioned my freedom. Once I had enough to be able to get what I wanted, the kids and moving as far away from that twisted triangle he made me unknowingly a part of, I served both him and a fair partner and watched it crumble as I was finally allowed to breathe. I then packed up what personal things I wanted, drove 19 hours to our new home, got an apartment, started my new role, was promoted in my new role, got my kid into a new pre-K and then kindergarten, found a daycare, handled pickups and drop-offs and after school and sicknesses and decisions for the future, and at no point have I regretted it.
Yay! Living a full life without our terrible partner. Yay!
Woo! Should I have left earlier? Probably. But I probably wouldn't have felt as disconnected and easily over it because I would have still wondered if I personally did enough. I now have no such thoughts and enjoy the hardness of being a single parent with gratitude I never truly have felt before on such a level. By the way, you can listen to full episodes with stories just like these. Go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and just search OK Storytime. So a little bit left.
Yeah, let's just see how this person is crushing their new life.
Yeah.
The perfect example. Sometimes you lose something, you gain something.
True. I'm flourishing, and my kids see it. They flourish with me as we go through this new start and get further away from it all. I still have to wait 5 months to file the divorce, old state rules. But I have more than enough after leaving to show everything I need to make sure the newfound peace isn't disturbed by my soon-to-be ex. This is all to say to not sell yourself short. If you left, you did a very hard thing and are a total superstar for it. If you stayed, if that's what you need to be able to move forward, do that. But please look in the mirror and acknowledge your worth and say thanks to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. That would have been funny. Just like, and if you stayed, you are missing out. Oh man, you made the wrong decision.
Look at all this happiness I have, and you just completely just look the other way.